Again, you have a very strong practice within Getty Images, and then you also have some partnerships. If you can maybe talk a little bit about that part.
So we, as I sort of touched on briefly, we have we own the world's largely privately held archive that dates back to the birth of photography.
Hmm.
It's really important to. I mean, it's a really special experience to be able to engage with that content when you're delving right back to the middle of the 19th century and the beginning and the very beginning of photography. What is really interesting about that, I think, in the production space is it's not just the content that's valuable, it's the context and stories that sit behind it. And so we often find production companies find it very valuable to tour these archive locations. We have three. Our main location is in London. We have a space in Paris and another one in Pennsylvania. And it is kind of like it's like a treasure hunt of ideas when you spend time in those archive spaces, because yes, there's unbelievable content which can feature in shows, but there's also this wealth of knowledge and, as I said, context that sits behind the materials. Only about 1% of that archive is digitized. And so literally you could be opening materials or you could be discovering materials there that haven't been previously looked at or discovered for 100 years. And being able to do it, to be able to, so as I say, have this kind of treasure hunt of ideas. And that often fuels production and fuels ideas for production. So that's really important. And then on the other side, as you rightly say, we partner with the BBC, we partner with NBC, ITN, Sky, TV New Zealand. And we're always looking to add large video libraries to our offering, and that sits as a very important part of what we offer production. On the other side of things, in the scripted space, as well as all of that content, on the stock content I mentioned on the creative side of the business can also be really important to be for establishing shots and that kind of material, and we license a lot of that into production as well.
Fascinating. And I'm guessing that the all of the archival material is actually sort of available for licensing. But is that also in some cases where you're excited about a particular project, you might actually sort of bring in that as a co-pro sort of component?
Yeah, when we're excited, where you see a line of sight to a commercial outcome and where you see a demand and a partner is able to really outline that demand, just as any co-pro conversation, we are absolutely interested in bringing in partners, some of our partners into that conversation so that their content is part of that equity that's going into a project.